Welcome back. All right, so continuing on with the jersey countdown, we're going from number 140 to number 131. I don't think I've worn this Billie Eilish shirt before in this countdown, so there you go. But yeah, 140 through 131, as I've been saying in the recent videos, these are jerseys I like quite a bit. It really does get down to just quibbling over little details, like I think I like this one better because, so that kind of thing. But once we're up to, into those high 100s, from 150 and up. Yeah. So at 140, the Washington Capitals black jersey with the Capitol building on the front, and of course with the Screaming Eagle on the sleeves. Love the colors, love the stripes. I have praised this jersey for a great many years. This is actually the second one of this I got. The original that I had got pretty beat up. I think I got this one from Ben H Sports, but that would have been 6 or 7 years ago now. So, yeah, CCMs, he doesn't have CCMs. Number 139. The Buffalo Sabres home jersey. So you can see there the texture on the Buffalo. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Adding just these little details. I will say, while Adidas had their ups and downs as the jersey provider for the National Hockey League, whoever it was that made the decision to start adding textures, some of the 3D stuff we saw in the jerseys, fantastic decision. And this Buffalo one, no exception. So while they may not win enough on the ice to make the playoffs, in terms of their overall jersey performance and jersey design and everything, they're pretty good. All right, number 138. The Florida Panthers. This one is a Jonathan Huberdeau. Of course, the Florida Panthers, your back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. I like this jersey. The stripe does end just at the front. That's one of those things I've always found weird, is the stripe doesn't wrap all the way around on a lot of jerseys. I do like this secondary logo here, too. I think that's sharp. I wouldn't mind seeing on the outdoor jersey some kind of mix of this and maybe the old Leaping Panther. We'll see what they end up coming up with, but yeah. Watch them release it over the next 8 days, so people in the comments like, do we already know what it's going to look like? What are you talking about? All right, they should. It's not usually the time of year where that's brought up. 137. The Vegas Golden Knights, the white version of this jersey, I think is absolutely fantastic. I have always been a big fan of the white version of the Vegas Golden Knights jersey, and so here it is. Vegas right here in the neckline too, just so you don't forget where you're playing. But the colors, the design, everything with Vegas has been very nicely done from the beginning, and it does look very hockey. There are some corporate-looking logos. I don't think Vegas's is one of them. And, of course, the V's right there. And it's nicely done, and there's some nice design in the logo there. You can see, kind of sort of see. There you go. That's a little better. But yeah, I like the depth of the logo. It's really, really fantastic. Number 136. The Vancouver Canucks. This being the red skate jersey, of course. This is a jersey a lot of Canuck fans did not like. This was part of that initial third jersey run, along with the Burger King, the Wild Wing Mighty Ducks jersey, the Meth Tiger there for the Nashville Predators, the Pooh Bear for the Boston Bruins. It was quite the time. It was the last time that I felt like the NHL actually tried something really different with their jerseys. But yeah, so this is really nice. I think this is and by really different I mean just forward thinking, trying to do something that hadn't been done before. Obviously, the reverse retros was an interesting idea, but the word retro tells you it's just throwback, just dialed up a little bit. I like this. I think it's nice. One thing that hurt this jersey is that the Canucks during the time where this came in were not playing well, and the teams falling apart began right around the time that those jerseys debuted. So I do think that plays a factor. Number 135. It is a Hartford Whalers. This one, of course, in blue. Absolutely love the Hartford Whalers logo. I mentioned in the white version of this too how they made it obvious. The H became far more obvious on the blue one than it had been previous. But just think about if they had done this jersey, and if this was just blue fabric, so you didn't have the silver, and if the tail had been silver, how nice might that have looked? Either way, the Hartford Whalers always had nice-looking jerseys and end up pretty highly ranked whenever I do a jersey countdown such as this. 134, going to Edmonton. The gear. The jersey that the longer we go between when it came out and now, the more time passes, I should say, the more I appreciate this jersey. I think this jersey looks really nice. It's kind of a Kings sort of design, like that 1988 Kings sort of look. Obviously blue instead of black, but similar-ish. I do really like that logo on the shoulder. I have magnets, of course, of that logo. I like to use that one a lot. I think that's the one that I'd like to see on the front of an Oilers jersey at some point in time. I think it looks really fantastic. But I know this is one that's divisive. Like I said, I used to not like it. Now I do. All right, number 133. We're going to Philadelphia. So the Philadelphia Flyers, this being the Winter Classic they wore, I have always thought this would be an amazing home and away sort of look for them. They've never really done it again, but I like this one a lot. The logo itself is nicely made. It's felt, and I like the strings. I like everything about this. It's a really nice jersey. So I did see somebody saying in the comments a couple days ago, remembering I'm recording this on September the 9th, that I didn't seem to like orange. Of course I like orange. This is an orange jersey, and it's pretty highly ranked. There's a lot of orange jerseys, is what it is. So, all right, 132. The Calgary Flames. So I've mentioned the extra detail, and with Calgary, you can see there the extra little details here on the flame. I think that's really nice on the C there. I think that's really well done. The Calgary Flames went back to this look because it was their best look. I don't think there's very many people that would argue with them on that one. This was their best look, and so I think it makes sense that they go back to it. I wouldn't mind seeing a black version of this jersey, though. And I mean, just turn the parts that are white on this jersey black, and I think you have yourself a pretty nice third jersey. But either way, they've done a bunch of black jerseys already, and they already have the Blasty third. Probably not going to do another black third the next time out. Number 131. And there's always been the debate on this jersey, and I know there are Blues fans that don't like it. I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic. I do like the arch in the background. I think that's really well done. Just in general, this jersey is one of my favorite Blues jerseys. It might be my highest ranked Blues jersey. I'm just trying to think that over. I don't know that there's any more to come. But that's really, really nicely made. I really like the blue note on the shoulders too. And yeah, it was something different. They wore this as a third for a while. I wouldn't mind seeing this come back at some point, but like I said, this is one of those divisive jerseys that as much as I like it, there are a lot of people that don't. So it does have that circle logo. I've talked about that in previous videos as well, and how often we see the circle logo on hockey jerseys. And there's a reason. It looks nice. So there you go. Numbers 140 through 131. All NHL today, too. So that's a little different. But yeah, all NHL today. All right. A lot of jerseys, so that teams don't necessarily wear now. So definitely a look back through the history of NHL jerseys. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.